With the start of training camp about 3 weeks away, I figured that now would be a perfect time to take a look at every player on the San Francisco 49ers roster and how they fit with the team heading into training camp. The majority of the news around the 49ers has been about quarterbacks this offseason, so let's start there. Let's start Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo's 22-8 regular season record during his time in San Francisco looks really impressive. However, over his last 14 regular season starts, he's only 8-6. Garoppolo has also missed 23 of the 49ers' 53 regular season games since making his debut late in 2017. Outside of the injuries, the biggest issue with Garoppolo is that there has been no improvement in his play during his time in San Francisco. Losing most of 2 seasons and the lack of improvement has led the 49ers front office to look for a replacement. Despite publicly expressing their belief in Garoppolo, the 49ers flirted with the idea of trading for Matthew Stafford before losing out to the Los Angeles Rams, and made plays in free agency for Andy Dalton, Mitchell Trubisky, and Joe Flacco before ultimately deciding to utilize 3 first-round picks and a 3rd rounder to acquire a new quarterback. That brings us to Trey Lance. During the 49ers pre-draft press conference, Kyle Shanahan stated a number of times that he was looking for a rookie quarterback who could start. The key emphasis there is a rookie quarterback who could start. Lance operated one of the most diverse offenses in college football during his time at North Dakota State, and all signs are pointing to Lance being further along at this point than many originally assumed that he would be. In fact, Kyle Shanahan has gone from stating shortly after drafting Lance that he would not be competing for the starting job this season, to more recently stating that he feels that if Lance proves during training camp that he is ready to go, he wouldn't hesitate to name him the starter. Reports from the 49ers OTA practices were very positive about Lance's performance, and the rookie has since spent time working with a number of 49ers receivers, including Mohamed Sanu, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel. Now, behind the top 2, we have Josh Rosen to start off with. Rosen was signed last season off of the Tampa Bay practice squad following the injury to Nick Mullins. While Rosen's time with the team was limited to only a couple of practices at the end of the season, his college career was enough to earn the top 10 in the 2018 draft, actually 10th overall, to the Arizona Cardinals. Rosen's NFL career has been rough, and that's putting it mildly. He started only 16 games, winning only 3, and his completion percentage is under 55. Last but not least is Nate Sudfeld. Sudfeld was originally drafted by Washington in 2016. After spending his rookie season in Washington, Sudfeld was released and subsequently signed by the Philadelphia Eagles, where he spent the next 4 seasons. Overall, Sudfeld has played in only 4 games throughout his career, with no starts. His best performance came in Week 17 of the 2018 season against the Dallas Cowboys when he replaced Nick Foles. Sudfeld would complete 19 of 23 passes for 134 yards. The 2021 outlook? The starting quarterback job belongs to Jimmy Garoppolo, for now. As soon as Trey Lance shows he is close to the same level as Garoppolo, he should be moved into the starting role. This will be a bit of a balancing act for Kyle Shanahan because once he names Lance as the starter, he can't go back. Playing musical chairs with the quarterback position almost never ends up with a good result, and the 49ers have a lot invested in Lance for the long term. While all eyes are going to be focused on Garoppolo and Lance, the battle for the 3rd spot between Rosen and Sudfeld could be very competitive as well. There's a possibility that whoever wins this battle will eventually become the backup quarterback at some point during this season. It should also be noted that San Francisco guaranteed just over $250,000 of Sudfeld's contract. Expect for him to be with the 49ers throughout this season.